Hey, welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And we have some breaking news. Well, I won't say not so much breaking now. It happened a couple of hours ago. But the Pittsburgh Steelers has made a move. They did something that I really didn't see them doing. And honestly, um, when I said this wouldn't happen, I wasn't even thinking about getting rid of uh, the person they got rid of. So let's get in right into it. So, the Steelers made I guess you could say a blockbuster deal with the Miami Dolphins. Um, they traded their Pro Bowl safety, Mika Fitzpatrick, back to the Dolphins, where he began his career. And basically, that trade was Mika for Jalen Ramsey, All Pro cornerback. And then on top of that, they end up trading a mid round pick and getting Johnu Smith tied in. So the Steelers bought in basically two starters. Both of these guys Ramsey will start for sure. But Smith, I mean, this is a very interesting thing here. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this, but the Steelers are basically paying him just as much as they paid Fryermuth. And on top of that, I think he's a better player. I think he's actually a better player than Fryermuth. And on top of that, he has a good relationship with Arthur Smith. So this is going to be a battle that I think it's a sneaky battle, but I think this is a battle, in training camp that we have to really look at because one of my problems that I had with Fryermuth was just toughness. He's not a great blocker, which I'm really not sure with Smith as far as his blocking ability. But to be honest, to both of those guys, they're not out there to really block. That's going to be Darnell Washington's duty there. But yeah, I still question Fryermuth's toughness. I mean, we seen it last year where, hey man, you 250 pounds. It's fourth and inches, and we need to get this first down. You get stonewalled by a corner, a little corner at that, and that stuff just can't happen. I mean, those things you got to find a way. I mean, I outweigh you getting stonewalled by a guy that you probably outweigh about 40 pounds, and I feel like those stuff can't happen. And another thing with Fryermuth, when it comes to the clutch catch that he needs to make, a lot of times he don't make it. Fumbles. He didn't have some clutch fumbles. So now he actually has a guy that can actually come in here and when I say take his job, like I say, these both of these guys are especially when the Steelers want to play that 12 personnel. Both of these guys are going to play a lot. So to really say who's the starter and who ain't the starter, I don't really think it's a big thing. But I could just see some of his targets um, going away if he doesn't find that toughness. I mean, because Rodgers, he's going to want to get guys that's going to move the chains and get the job done. And if he's looking at, hey man, this guy is playing soft, he's going to kind of shy away from him on those crucial moments. So this is actually a battle that I'm looking forward to watching because he can't just come in there and just say, "Hey, I'm the man." Because you got a guy that, like I say, he's making just as much money, if not more, and to me, he's way more talented player. So it's going to be very interesting. As far as Jalen Ramsey, I don't know what the Steelers going to do with him. I don't know if he's going to start at the outside corner or he's going to play slot or he's going to move back to safety. I kind of have a feeling he's going to be everywhere. He's going to be like the Swiss Army knife. But I think when it comes down to it, he's probably gonna settle in at that corner spot. But again, do you really want Slade playing in the slot? At this point in his career, I don't know, because the one thing about the slot, I think he's pretty tough as far as making the tackles and stuff. But in the slot, you're going up against those fast little guys like it's like Calvin Austin, and you really can't, in the slot you're playing off, so you really can't touch those guys. So you got to be able to get on your horse and run. So I don't know if Slay is really going to be made, if he's made out for that. So it's going to be very interesting how the Steelers can work Ramsey in. But for what they're paying him over $20 million a year. That's a lot of money just to have a guy playing the slot. So, but again, it's a great problem to have, and they got all training camp to figure that out, and I'm quite sure they'll figure it out. And they had their collective minds working on how they want to work them in. So that's not an issue. Um, and Mika, they I didn't nobody's seen this coming. I know a lot of us kind of was complaining about the money that he was making, and was he playing up to that contract? And it seemed like he wasn't. So a lot of us complained about that, and probably was saying, maybe Mika need to go, maybe need to take a pay cut. But I don't think a lot of us seen this happening. Now I see reports of a lot of the communication problems that they were having was because of him. But that's kind of funny that stuff comes out after the guy out the door. So I kind of take that stuff with a grain of salt. Maybe kicking a guy on his way out, but that's the report that a lot of the problems were coming from Minka. So that's something to think about. So they basically gave up, got out his contract, but they took on a little bit more money. But my my biggest thing is at this point where I hope the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, like I say, we all knew the last few years this is a different Pittsburgh Steelers team, a different type of philosophy that they have as far as with free agents and the way they're spending money and doing things. This is just not the Pittsburgh Steelers way. And I'm glad. But my biggest thing now, keep it going. Don't stop. Don't get satisfied. Because to me, I still feel like you still need a receiver too. Because Smith, yeah, can he play it? Can you flex him out sometimes? Yeah, you can, but he's not his route tree is not as as good as a receiver. And I've been on this, and I'll stay on this until I'm blue in the face, or until it's just definitely um a no go. I, I I want Amari Cooper here. I still think Amari Cooper would be the perfect fit. I mean, keep this offense. Hey, give Rogers as many weapons as you can possibly can. So when you go in 12 and you got Smith and Firemove and you got Metcalf and you can have Amari Cooper, to me that is a very very solid receiving core, and that's going to put pressure on a lot of teams that you play. And you got to match up. I mean, again, I don't never really believe in you got to make a move because this team make a move, but the Baltimore Ravens have a very good secondary. So you gotta be able to put guys out there that's going to challenge them. And I think with the guys they have, and you add Amari Cooper to this, it would be perfect. And, I seen something with Tyler Boyd. Come on, man, that guy. Come on. That's if we're gonna go, if the Pittsburgh Steelers have decided they're going for it, which I think they have, because at this point, it ain't about the moves they're making. It ain't about just that's when the playoff. They are they're going for it. Good enough to do that. We'll see. Everybody, they're making moves to win the whole thing. And if that's the case, you might as well put the guys out there that will give you that chance. And I would, like I said, I would love to see Amari Cooper out there. He looked it. They got a need for him, and something that I hope that's still in the play of them really trying to do. So let's kind of get into the details of this trade. So in terms of the trade, well, obviously the Steelers got Jalen Ramsey, they got tight end John Smith, they got a 2027 7th-round pick. The Dolphins they got Fitzpatrick, and they got 2027 5th-round picks. So they basically swap picks. Great trade. Great trade, from the money standpoint, the Steelers did kind of come off a little bit of money, which we can talk about that right now. So it seems like Ramsey will make a total of $26.6 million this year after getting a $1.5 million raise from the Steelers, according to NFL.com. Asher Smith, he's getting a 1-year, $12 million extension, which means he's now under contract for the next 2 years at $16 million. So the Steelers, they just kind of like picked up. They just got to make their points. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be very interesting in camp seeing these guys compete, because this is the guy that actually can come in and take a starting role. Like that. So he's going to have a major role on this offense. So that's pretty much it. Even the Steelers, Khan is, I would say Khan, man, but he made a move, and I'll be the first to say it's a move that I didn't see happening, because I didn't see the Steelers put the type of resource that we're going to cost them. But I didn't see them trading Fitzpatrick either. So that that made a big difference in probably getting this deal done. But with that said, hey, they're going for it. And like I said, I hope they keep it going and make some more moves. And really put, jump in the scene with 2 feet and see what happens. So that's it. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build this channel here. So until then, everybody take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.